I remember the excitement I had back in 2012 and 2016 when the teasers dropped for Prometheus and Alien Covenant. With Alien Romulus, it's no different. Just seeing the first few shots had me hyped to see this film as a long-life Alien fan. Before going on to the breakdown, I have to say that this trailer for Alien Romulus was definitely giving me a mixture of vibes of the Prometheus teaser and also the Alien Covenant teaser trailer. In the opening shot of the Alien Romulus teaser trailer, we see a vessel which has a Weyland-Yutani logo on the side. This is great because the film takes place 20 years after the events of the original Alien movie and somewhere in between James Cameron's Aliens. Having the film fill the gap between Alien and Aliens really has me excited even more for the film's release. The vessel seems to be approaching a space station of some kind, and it was reminding me a lot of the space station from the video game Alien Isolation, which this trailer, or the film for that matter, seems to be quite inspired by. The next few shots totally gave off Alien Isolation vibes. In the first shot we see a corridor with just the right amount of light coming through the windows of the corridor. It's beautifully lit. And in the next shot we see another corridor, and this was giving off vibes to both the original Alien movie and Alien Isolation. But what made this sequence so amazing and rather terrifying was the fact that we hear the booming and iconic Alien siren, which was last heard in the Prometheus teaser trailer, but was originally heard in the teaser trailer for Ridley Scott's Alien. As the camera zooms out from the corridor, we hear a loud banging noise along with some rustling. We then hear a female character who is clearly fearing for her life. We also hear a male's voice, and the female seems to say, "Get it away from me." This entire audio sequence reminded me of the scene in the original Alien where Parker and Lambert are trapped in the same room as the alien, and Ripley is in a separate location as she can hear both Lambert and Parker. Soon Parker would meet his demise and Ripley would be running through the corridor, and all that can be heard is Lambert as she screams in total terror as the alien kills her. As the camera begins to zoom out of the corridor even more, we see some hypersleep chambers. One appears to be closed and the other is open and covered in blood. Actually no, covered is putting it lightly, it's drenched in blood. This can either mean that a facehugger attacked a character in hypersleep, much like it did with Ripley in Alien 3, and the result of course would be a chestburster, or a xenomorph attacked a crew member whilst sleeping. While we see the chamber covered in blood, we do hear the hissing and screeching of a xenomorph, whilst a male character screams, "Open the door." We then hear a female scream and the teaser cuts to black. We then hear a male voice say, "Run." And this is where the teaser just gives us everything we need to get hyped for this movie. In the next shot we see facehuggers smashing their way through a glass door and attacking one of the female characters. Now at the time I counted 7 facehuggers, but there could be more. My guess is that they spat acid in order to break through the glass, because how would the original facehugger in Alien be able to get onto Kane's face if Kane had his space helmet on? It, of course, projected some type of acid in order to get to Kane's face, and we see the damage the helmet took when Ash and Dallas removed Kane's helmet in Alien. And personally, I don't think that facehuggers are strong enough to break glass without projecting some type of acid. So I'm hoping that this could be the case, that we actually get to see the facehuggers project some type of acid in order to break through the glass door. It's also worth mentioning that the facehuggers look slightly darker in colour in this scene. This could be due to the lighting during this scene. It more than likely will be, because on Alien Day last year, Fede Álvarez gave us the first on-set image of Alien Romulus. It showed a facehugger holding a clapperboard with the words Happy Alien Day written on it, and the facehugger looked the way it should. I have heard talk that these facehuggers have had a little upgrade, and they may have barbs on their legs, or fingers if you want to call it that. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. The next shot gives us quite a wonderful silhouette of one of the female characters as she's walking down a brightly lit corridor. I think this shot looks absolutely amazing. Next up we see 2 characters running down a corridor, one male and the other female. The male character seems to throw down a flare. My guess is that some of the power was cut and they had to resort to using flares.
How could they cut the power, man?
Could a xenomorph be chasing them down? Hopefully. Who knows? This sequence definitely gave me vibes to Alien Isolation. We then see another character, this time with their back in front of the camera as they approach some doors which open. The character seems to have a shaved head, maybe a reference to Ripley in Alien 3? Then we see what looks to be the same character carrying a bag of maybe supplies down a corridor as she looks behind her. She's walking at quite a quick pace. Maybe she has seen something happen to another character and she is attempting to get to safety. Just before moving on to the next shot, we do seem to hear another screech from possibly either a xenomorph, facehugger, or even chestburster. Next up, we see a male character standing in a corridor as it lights up. Again, this is a beautifully lit shot, and I've heard talk that this character may be a synthetic. I guess no Alien movie would be complete without an android.
I prefer the term artificial person myself.
I said in my first initial thoughts that this teaser trailer for Alien Romulus seems to be very heavily focused on facehuggers, and this scene coming up was definitely a massive shock for me. Next, we see one of the female characters on the floor being attacked by a facehugger, and another character seems to be removing the facehugger from her face. Only this time, the tube which extends from the facehugger in order for it to plant the embryo inside of the host is already down the victim's throat. Now, it could be possible that the other character removed the facehugger just in time before the embryo was planted inside of the host, but I think that this is highly doubtful, and the unfortunate victim will suffer the fate of having a chestburster later on after this scene. The next shot shows what looks to be two characters floating through the ship, or a ship. This could be after a possible explosion, which we do see later in the teaser. After that, we see a female character who is on the other side of a door, and she seems to be showing quite a lot of emotion just from what I'm seeing. Could it be that another character sacrificed themselves in order to get her to safety, and she is seeing them on the other side of the door? Either way, this shot reminded me of the scene in Alien Covenant where Faris and Orum's wife are both on the other sides of the door, and it was also seen in the first shot in the Alien Covenant teaser trailer back in 2016. We then see an explosion take place outside of the ship, and the characters are thrashed around inside. This shot I think is very well lit and looks great. I also noticed a logo above the door in this scene, which is also seen in Alien Isolation. And then the next shot is very appropriate as we see what seems to be the space station exploding. Could this be the iconic Alien moment where a countdown is taking place and the characters are forced to evacuate? Could this be the climax of the movie, or even better, the false ending, where we think the terror is over, but there is one more shock surprise in store for us? Next, we see a scene which looks like it comes before the facehugger removal scene, as the same character is attacked as the facehugger latches onto them. We get a cut to black, and then we see what I consider to be one of the best shots in the teaser trailer. We get to see a female character holding what looks to be an early design of the iconic Alien's pulse rifle. We also get a glimpse of the red ammo count on the side of the weapon. This clearly gives off Aliens vibes with Ripley. The character seems to have just come out of from maybe an elevator. She slowly looks up, and then we get the greatest ending for this teaser trailer. We finally get a quick glimpse of the design of the alien xenomorph. The alien seems to be very reminiscent of the original Alien from Ridley Scott's 1979 classic. Spoiler warning for anyone who hasn't come across this information yet, so I'm going to give you a fair warning here. But I have heard talk that the original Alien from the first movie didn't in fact die, and it is featured in Alien Romulus. Apparently it was discovered floating through space after Ripley blasted it out into space and was taken to be experimented on. So, could this be the original big chap? Oh boy, I hope it is. But we'll just have to wait and see. And then of course we end on a title card as the Alien siren still resonates in the background. And that is it for the Alien Romulus teaser trailer breakdown. Let me know what you guys thought about this teaser trailer. This teaser trailer was done so perfectly. Fede Álvarez seems to know what he's doing. Fede Álvarez, please don't let me down. Hope you guys enjoyed this teaser trailer breakdown, and as always, take care.